Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Ryan. Today, I get to graduate. Kill a bottle, and graduate up to the next one. So this is Penelope Rio. I have had, batches 1 and 2. This right here is the 2024 batch 901. So this is like the second, wave of Rio. And I just shared some of this with some buds. It was in a blind, so that bottle is like, it's almost done, right? She's almost gone. So we got to finish her off with some dignity. So we'll do that today. I'm going to pour this one. But then, I also got a little lucky. I was out just doing some casual errand running, and there's a liquor store. It happened to be opening time, and so I was like, hey, I'll just swing by there and see if they got anything today. And sure enough, I walked in, and they had, they had Penelope Rio, 1 bottle of it. They also had 1 bottle of the Heaven Hill Grain to Glass Rye, which was like the only one of those 3 that I really liked. And my bottle was almost gone, so I was like, "Yes!" So I got a refill on both of these. It was a pretty nice little side excursion. So, anyways, I have not broken the seal on this, as you can see. So we'll do that, and then I'm going to compare this newest batch. Okay, so for reference, this is 25-901. Okay, I can do this. I'm a man. I was made in God's image, and you're just plastic. I can defeat you, right? Yeah. Haha. So we'll pour them. Let them open up a little bit, and then compare. And we'll see, because I like batch 1 better than 2. And we'll see if the third batch is an improvement or a regression or roughly the same as 2. All right. You got to hand it to him. I think just the label for Rio, that like turquoise-ish green and blue, and it has a gradient to it. Beautiful look. All right, and this one is getting killed. Nada. Zilch. Okay. Just to get our baseline, we'll start with last year's. So I think my biggest beef with this one was that it just wasn't quite as well balanced as the first batch was. And I think that the honey wasn't coming through as big and bold as it did on the first batch. Very Amberana-y, which I like that flavor. A lot of people do. But now, the latest batch. Let's see if there's any change, any noticeable change. There's way less Amberana on the nose of 3. Way less. Is that a good thing? Or a bad thing? Or just a thing? I get way more just MGP bourbon on the nose of this. Where on the previous 2 batches, like the Amberana kind of overrides the MGP bourbon on the nose. You know what I'm saying? Not entirely, but it certainly does kind of bury it a little bit. This one, nowhere near as much Amberana, not as much cinnamon on the nose. That's surprising. It kind of reminds me of like butter pecan ice cream, which is like, it's kind of a goated flavor. I know a lot of people think old man flavor when you do butter pecan ice cream. I'm a bit of an old soul when it comes to my ice cream. I love butter pecan. I love pistachio. Like, hello. All this fancy highfalutin stuff that you get nowadays. You go there and there's like, oh, they got unicorn poo flavored. And my daughter's like, I want it. And I'm like, oh, what in the world? That's how I know I'm getting old. A little bit of honey and oak too. But man, I maybe it's just because, I bet if I smelled this by itself, like first I'd get the Amberana, but next to batch 2, I'm getting like no Amberana. That's wild. Well, let's try it. Cheers. No. Like barely any Amberana on that. Which I know Amberana is hard to balance. It can be a little overbearing, but I want some in there if it's going to be an Amberana finish. Because this is Amberana and honey casks, right? It's like a 2-cask finish thing. Nah, that's a no from me. That's a not even close. What a disappointment. I'm legitimately bummed right now. I thought I was getting a refill on my honey and Amberana bottle, and I'm just getting MGP juice. It just tastes like MGP bourbon. It actually, if I had to like attribute it to something, I'd actually say that it tastes more like a white wine cask finish than it does honey and Amberana. I'm going to revisit this later And maybe I'll talk about it in the Discord, but I'm going to revisit this later when I have not had batch 2 and see if it's more pronounced then. But I can say definitively, in comparison to batch 2, it tastes like it has no Amberana to it at all. I mean, I get slapped with the Amberana and the honey even just on the nose as I'm going to take a sip of batch 2. Batch 3 is like a hard no. Well, shoot. I'm not happy about that. Yeah. I can say definitively that batch 1 was the best, batch 2 was second best, batch 3 is in last place by a landslide. Like it was like batch 1, batch 2, batch 3 down here. Man, that's so disappointing. I'm kind of bummed out about that, guys. I really wanted it to be as good as the last 2, if not better. Usually that's how things go, is, you know, they get better over time. The more iterations you have of a special release, the more you can sort of dial in what you want from it. But I can say definitively, I do not recommend this year's Rio. I'd get something else. That's too bad. Well, I can say that I'll at least enjoy what's left of my batch 2. And I'll sip on this for the afternoon while I'm doing some editing work. So, there you have it, the updated review of Penelope Rio. If you see batches 1 or 2 around, I think that they're worth grabbing all day, every day, all the time. But batch 3 is going to be a hard pass from me. Okay, if I could go back in time and undo it, I would undo it, and I'd spend the money on something else. It's that simple. So, with that being said, thank you so much for tuning into the review. Updated review today. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you enjoyed it and the honesty, then feel free to let me know by leaving a like on the video, as that is the best free way to support the content right here on YouTube. Check out our Discord community. Super nice folks, chatty, talking all the time, sharing pictures of their pours, their shells, their collections, and helping each other get a hold of the bottles they're looking for. All that stuff is great. We love our Discord community. Totally free to join. And if you want to get involved in activities like we're doing a virtual bottle share, that's already filled up. We'll do more of them. Obviously, we always do these every year, so usually a couple times a year. So anyways, you can join our Patreon group. It's $1 a month at the base tier, and that just goes to help fund the bottles we pick up and review here on the channel. It also helps fund, like when I ship stuff out to people. Totally legally, by the way, for those of you who are feds watching this video. Anyways, that being said, thank you so much. Cheers. May you live richly and get better with age, and hope to catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.